Drove by my friend's place over at Gator Guns, and what a pleasant surprise. It came straight from the box into my hands off the FedEx truck. And you'll notice the really unremarkable box, but inside this box is a Les Baer 1911 Premier II. If you look, it comes with a certificate that certifies that this is actually the proof of it, excuse me, that this gun at 50 yards, that's the grouping right here. This is the actual proof from the target. Its groups are no more than 1.5 inches apart at 50 yards. For those of you not familiar with a Les Baer 1911, I'm about to show you one of the most notable traits of a Les Baer, and why they tell you not to call them unless you've run 500 rounds through it before you start whining about why it doesn't cycle properly. I'm about to show you that. Okay, again, this model here is a Les Baer 1911, a Premier II. This one here, again, comes with a certification that, and the proof, of course, that this 1911 grouped all of its shots at the testing period within 1.5 inches of one another at 50 yards. Again, this is your certificate. But that's not what really makes a Les Baer a Les Baer. Anybody that's ever unpacked one of these, again, there's nothing glamorous about the box, nothing at all. It's a cardboard box. This is the case with all of your little extra stuff, your mags and your gun lock. This isn't exactly the most fancy packaging. It doesn't say Les Baer all over it. This doesn't say Kimber all over it like Kimber's does. And the gun is, as you can see, it comes, it's soaking wet, dipped in oil for shipping purposes. Now, we're going to wipe a little bit of that off, keep it off our hands here. Just a regular terry cloth cotton rag here. Clean it up just a hair. We're going to do a full clean on this thing before we take it out and shoot it. This is just for the sake of handling it. The good thing about this, basically dipping it in oil before they ship it, you're not going to unpack this thing and find that your bluing is rusting. That's for sure. The sucker here will never rust like this. All right, again, those of you, of course this one's chambered in 45. Those of you who are familiar with a Les Baer know that when you unpack a Les Baer, and we're going to change these grips out too, these are not very flattering grips, but that's not why the gun was purchased. It's not for the grips, that's for sure. Those of you that know anything about a Les Baer know why. There's a little bit of mystique around this thing other than just the overall quality of it. It's incredible how when you, wow, and I'm telling you that, this is the first time I've unpacked this thing. That 30 lines per inch, it grips, good Lord. Yeah, it's like tape, the way it grips your hand down there. They did a great job of checkering that front strap. Anyway, I'm sorry, I keep going off on tangents. This is what makes a Les Baer when you unpack it from the less than flattering packaging. Now to rack this thing, it takes a little more effort than your average gun. And I don't mean to make fun of or pick on this gun. It just happens to be sitting right here, and it does just happen to be sitting right here. We're doing a little work on this. It's a Springfield 1911 basic model. Racking the slide on it. Now granted, this gun's had a little bit of work done to it, so it's relatively loose. The same amount of effort on this Les Baer. You see how tight that is? Look at this. And I'm not trying to embellish here. I'm trying to give you a true representation. Springfield. And this is a Les Baer. Good God. Yeah, as you can see, sometimes it breaks loose relatively effortlessly. Other times it does not. My goodness, that thing is tight. Les Baer tells you to run 500 rounds through this baby before even calling. In other words, don't call me until you've broken this gun in. We are going to break this gun in, no question about it. We will, next time you see us talking about this gun, it will be with a full range report, hopefully some really good video from it also. Stay tuned to LegallyArmedAmerica.com, and the next time you see this gun, it will be on the shooting range, firing some shots to try to prove that 1.5 inch grouping, if that guarantee actually holds true. We'll see you then.
I like to picture Jesus as a ninja fighting off evil samurai.